He may still be recovering from a back injury, but that didn't stop Primož Roglič taking control of La Vuelta yesterday. Today it's over to the sprinters with round 3 of the battle between Wout van Aert and Caden Groves.
I have the jersey around my shoulders, and so far it's quite a battle with Caden, and yeah, I think today normally that will continue. So it's nice.
Groves is confident he can outdo the Belgian on a flatter, straighter finish than on stages 2 and 3.
So I think the fastest will win today, and it's not so much about who's on whose wheel. I think we got the strongest team, I think, because we focus more on the sprints. So there'll be a lot of eyes towards us, I believe.
Van Aert and Groves are the big favourites then, but other sprinters like New Zealand's Corbin Strong still believe in their chances.
I think I have the potential to upset them, so yeah, hopefully I get it right with the team today, and I can fight and stay in good position, and open my sprint as fresh as possible, and really take it to Wout and Caden.
A lot of teams will be solely focused on the sprint, but Euskaltel-Euskadi and Kern Pharma will no doubt be on the attack long before then. Is the breakaway an obligation for you? Yes, the team will try to be in the breakaway, but we do have an option in the sprint as well. We're just learning little by little, and we'll see how we do. 177k between Fuente del Maestre and Sevilla without a single categorised climb. That's a rarity on this Vuelta. After yesterday's battle on Pico Vijuercas and with more high temperatures forecast, the Peloton could be forgiven for taking it easy on this 5th stage. As expected, there was a relaxed start to the day's action. There's still a lot of road and a lot of climbing between now and Madrid, so the riders have to recover where they can. And also, as expected, the 2 wildcard teams both had a man in the breakaway. Ibon Ruiz of Kern Pharma already on the attack for the 3rd time this week in the green. He was joined by Shomin Juaristi of Euskaltel-Euskadi in the orange, and they quickly opened up a 5-minute lead. Little by little, the sprint teams began to post riders on the front of the peloton to start bringing down the gap. Here's a sight we've got used to on the Vuelta in recent years, Roglič in the red jersey. In fact, since it was introduced in 2010, nobody has worn a roja more than the Slovenian, a total of 38 days. The next best is Chris Froome on 27. The peloton cruising along at around 35 kilometres an hour in the searing heat, with the riders just looking to stay cool and hydrated. The domestiques were kept busy going back and forth between the cars to fetch bidons for their leaders. Today, Sevilla hosts a Vuelta stage finish for the first time since 2010. The last rider to take victory in the city was Brian Cocar on the Tour of Andalusia 2017, although that didn't necessarily leave a lasting impression. Yeah, I just found out on the podium actually. I won there on the Tour of Andalusia, but I couldn't tell you in which year it was. 2017. Any memories? I think the stage was shortened maybe. I definitely remember one stage in Sevilla, but I'm not sure it's the one you're talking about. But I do have some memories. Into the last 50 kilometres and the pace suddenly began to increase, with a slight crosswind making the peloton nervous. The speed increasing to over 50 kilometres an hour, which brought the gap to the 2 breakaway riders down to just 1 minute. It would soon be game over for Juaristi and Ruiz, especially with Van Aert and Groves eyeing up the intermediate sprint at 25k to go. A lot more stress and urgency in this peloton now, as it all came back together.
And look at that, Adria opens up the door and Wout van Aert comes flying through, as does a powerful Caden Groves. Both of them throw for the line. It looks as though Groves took the 20 points.
Groves once again pipping Van Aert to the line, but they were the only 2 to contest that sprint. It would be a different story in Sevilla, which the riders soon reached. There was then a terrible moment for EF Education Easy Post as 2 of their riders went to ground. First Owain Toole and then Rui Costa, who couldn't avoid his teammate on this bend. and the Portuguese champion would be forced to abandon. The sprint teams jostling for position on these wide roads, and with just under 4k to go, they were into the final straight. Time for a high-speed shootout in the Andalusian capital.
Now it starts to open up. It's quite messy. Brian Cockar is there for Cofidis in that red and white jersey. Bittner's trying to move himself up for Team DSM Firmenich, as is Arne Marit. Currently it's still Alpecin de Koning, who've still got one rider, and it's Adi Plankert for Caden Groves. Here the sprint starts to launch. It's Pavel Bittner who's got the jump. Here's Wout van Aert in the green jersey coming in, and it's like a bull has been unleashed. It's going to be a throw to the line, and that's close, but it looks as though Pavel Bittner has just taken his first Grand Tour stage victory.
Mark, do you know who won?
How do you feel? What the fuck?
On August 5th, Bittner took his first professional win at the Tour of Burgos. Today, the 21-year-old became a Grand Tour stage winner. This could be the start of a stellar sprint career.
Unbelievable. I mean, only a few days ago, I got my first pro win. So yeah, to get the win at my first Vuelta it's really, I still don't believe it. I think with DSM we did a big portion of work, and a lot of work went into this, a lot of people, and especially in the final, the whole team was working. He had to beat Dan Wout in a long sprint. He's one of the best long sprinters in the world. It's just crazy.
Bittner out sprinting Van Aert and Groves to take a victory that will live long in the memory. He's the first Czech rider to win a Vuelta stage since Zdeněk Štýbar in 2013. No drama today for the race leader Primož Roglič. He remains 8 seconds clear of his nearest challenger, João Almeida. Van Aert picked up 7 more points than Groves on today's stage, so he slightly increases his lead in green to 13. There was no action today in the mountains competition. Sylvain Moniquet is in polka dots before we hit the climbs again tomorrow. And Antonio Tuberi is still the best young rider by just 3 seconds from Lennart van Eetveld. Join us again tomorrow for a punchy 6th stage, and thanks for watching.